Hi guys, pardon the going on around my mouth. We're having some rare sun in Ireland. It is, what day is it? It's Wednesday, and I'm bringing you day 18, I think. I apologise if that's wrong. I will put in little captions later. On the way to my mum's, spending the day there, taking her out, get her out of the house. So this is the only way the review's coming to you today, on my little drive. The thing I've got to attach my phone to the window I need another one, because I would like one that faces forward so you can actually see around me while I'm driving rather than looking at me. But yeah, I'll try and get that sorted for future references. So, last night, and I'm hoping this is the right movie that I'm about to talk about. I should have checked. Right, I've talked about Fright Night. Right, there are two. Is it Last Shift or Vamp? Oh dear God. Right, we're going to go with Last Shift because I think that was the first one on the list. No, it wasn't. It was Vamp. Right, Vamp. I thought I hadn't seen this movie before, but when I started watching it, I realised I had. This is the one with Grace Jones. That woman is scary. My God. So, I'm not going to have any names of actors or anything for you. I will try and pop those up on a little caption now with the director and all the rest, because I haven't looked it up. I'm driving, so time is precious today. There you go. There's your little screen with all the bits and bobs on. So, this movie follows a couple of lads who are trying to get into a fraternity. I seem to be watching a lot of these fraternity movies. It starts off with them doing a pledge, which is ridiculous. They tell the people it's ridiculous and says, look, this is really lame. Why don't you take advantage of your position and get us to do something proper? Like, you're having a party, let us bring you the entertainment, bring you the drink, whatever. So they ask these lads to bring them a stripper, which finds them in a silly little strip joint on the other side of town. It's a bit like Dusk Till Dawn when you think about it, but the PG version. It's a strip joint with vampires in. So that is Dusk Till Dawn, isn't it? So most of the people in this strip joint are vampires, including Grace Jones, who's like the lead vampire. I'm not going to go into detail as to why or how or anything else, but man, that woman is scary. In her strip scene, where she doesn't strip actually, she wears these things on her boobs that look like posh chip colanders, contemporary chip pants, and they look bloody uncomfortable. But she's painted white, and she's got a red bobbed wig with a fringe, and pardon my swearing there, and she looks scary as, honestly. I says to Darren, any man that goes and sits and watches that and gets aroused by it, honestly, they've just had too many women in their life and they're looking for something different. Honestly, this woman looks terrifying. Obviously, Grace Jones is a beautiful woman, but painted white with a red wig, don't do it. But yeah, I won't go into what happens in case you want to watch this, because if you haven't seen it, it's well worth watching. I did enjoy it. The one thing I did really like about this, I was talking about vampires, I think it was on the Fright Night review, and my favourite kind of vampires are the Nosferatu, 30 Days a Night. You know, the vicious vampires, the non-attractive vampires. Obviously there's a whole romanticism about the biting on the neck thing, and you know, that's all well and good, but when you're watching a horror, you want to be scared. And when the vampires bite in this movie, especially when Grace Jones bites a victim, it is terrifying. It's not just a couple of pinpricks and sucking blood. It's, there's a big thing in front of me. I'm running late to get to my mum's, and it's because there's one of those, you know, one of those trucks that's got like a thing like a static home on that's really wide, and it's driving really, really slow, and it's got, oh Jesus. So I'm driving we live out in the country, so the roads are very twisty, turny. You don't really get like a straight to overtake because your vision is not safe. So I'm going to be stuck behind this bloody thing all the way into town to pick my mum up, which is going to make me run late when I have to get back so Darren can take Isaac to boxing. Honestly, busy. Life wasn't this busy before I had a kid. You do not realise, say if you don't have kids, you don't realise how much free time you actually have until you have a child. All the time that you could be doing something constructive with that you just waste sat in front of the telly. And then when you've got a kid and you don't, I'm actually driving at 20 miles an hour here, this is ridiculous. Then when you've got a kid and you don't have the option to go out and do things, and you don't have a babysitter or anything like that, you realise how much time you wasted. So those of you who don't have kids, get your arse out and do stuff. But then again, those of you that don't have kids probably would have the option of a babysitter, which we don't have, because one half of the parents lives in England who weren't interested in babysitting anyway, incidentally, just too busy going out entertaining themselves. And my parents are just, well, they're both disabled, so they can't do it. I've no brothers and sisters, so we don't have a babysitter, which is shit. There are people that, there's a friend of one of Isaac's friends' mums has said, we've had friends that say, we'll happily do, but Isaac's quite, I don't know, he's quite sensitive in ways, and he would need to know a person extremely well before he'd be happy, being just with them, so it's not really an option. Anyway, we'll get back to that. I'm still driving behind this bloody thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm the 8th car behind this thing at 20 miles an hour. Really. Now, the time is now past of which I told my mum I'd be there at, and I'm not even halfway there yet. So, yes, when Grace Jones bites a victim, it's not a couple of pinpricks and sucking a bit of blood. The person in front of me, are you drunk? Honestly, the person in front of me has almost driven into a ditch. They obviously couldn't have been looking at where they're going. You stupid. Honestly, I've watched their car go from the middle of the road like this and almost into the ditch at the side of the road. I need to get past this stupid person before they cause an accident. I'm sorry about this review. It's a bit crap, isn't it? It's just listening to me ranting at drivers. So when she bites someone, she's almost like chomping down on their flesh, and it's like really noisy and really gross, and like you see like skin being all like torn and tattered and stuff, and it's really horrible, which is awesome. So yeah, I love that aspect of things. She just is a scary woman anyway. I was laughing at the lad that was having a love scene with her, and quite a young lad, I don't know what age he was, but he was playing a teenager, and I was thinking to myself, if you were a teenage boy and Grace Jones was on top of you, you'd be crapping yourself. That woman's just frightening. You would need to have balls of brass to take that woman on. She scares the bejesus out of me. It's a bit like Bridget Nielsen. She does as well. She's a big, strong woman, but not quite as much as Grace Jones. She's just, her whole persona is scary. So, these lads end up in this strip joint. We see lots of different women stripping, lots of really like the lame of society watching. I'm not saying men that go and watch strippers are lame, but that's a point that's made by the owner. Because it's a really seedy little establishment, it's not really well, it's not a very nice strip joint. He said that the reason they chose it, they can basically pick up victims because the people that come there are transient or the dregs of society, or no one will miss them. It's just that type of place that, it's just not a nice place. And we're treated to all these different women stripping, and it occurred to me, I said to Darren, wouldn't it be really good if there was a strip joint that had men and women stripping, and a woman come on and did her thing, and then a man came on and did her thing, and the men had to watch a male stripper? I think I would find that really entertaining. That would amuse me, because I find that men go to watch women strip, obviously because it's a very attractive thing, but women go to watch men strip to laugh. That maybe does not sound nice, But if you get a group of women that go to watch men stripping, well, like the Chippendales, or I don't know what they're called in America, you go for a bit of a laugh with your mates for a hen night or something to like just have a, you don't go thinking, oh my god, look at him. That's just not what you do if you're a girl. But yeah, I'm deviating again. So these guys go into the strip joint. They find, one of them meets a bit of a sticky situation. This is this roundabout that I swore at last time I was in the car, so let's hope it's a little man out hiking. We've successfully got round the roundabout without swearing. One of the boys meets a rather sticky end. That was a bit of a spoiler. And it's up to the other boy. One of the other lads is just out of his face drunk, and the other has to try and get his way out with the help of a barmaid who knows him. This barmaid is not a vampire. She knows him. He can't remember how they know one another, but she's obviously got a bit of a crush on him. So the movie then follows him trying to get out of this, because they're trying to like kill him and his friend as well, because basically they've made a mistake in doing what they did to his friend, because they're like, you're meant to only go for people that no one knows, that isn't going to be missed. This person was with 2 other people. Why have you done so? Then they have to kill these 2 people. The movie follows them trying to escape, and it was really good. As I say, I thought I hadn't seen this, but I realised I had. But there's that glare again. But as is always the case, my memory is so poor that I didn't remember a lot of it. So it was like a first watch again for me, even though it was vaguely familiar. But yeah, the special effects in this are good for the time. I think this was 1986 this one was made. Grace Jones is awesome in this role. She just is exactly as she should be, terrifying. All the acting's spot on, the characters are likeable, believable. It's just a typical 80s horror flick, and I have a lot of what's the word, meaning you like things? A lot of affection for this type of movie. So, oh Jesus, there's a couple dancing together on the side of the road. Honest to God. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this. I've been prattling for 12 minutes. That's more than long enough. I've just hit town now, so I should be at my mum's anytime soon. So I have a day of walking around a shop looking at Christmas decorations. I am already feeling the will to live draining from my very being. My mum likes to... Oh, fuck's sake. Nope, we didn't get there without swearing. Stupid cow. Yeah, my mum likes to go and look at the same things over and over and over and over again. I don't like shopping. I must have been born a man and converted to a female very late in life, because I hate shopping. Nothing irritates me as much as shopping. Even like I only go buy clothes when I need to. Boots when I need boots, things like that. I do not like to shop. I do buy some stuff online that I like, but that's my type of shopping. Online, you can sit in the house, watch a movie, have a look online. You don't have to navigate the zombies in the shops, which just do my head in. I cannot be. So now I have to walk around navigating the zombies all afternoon trying to push a wheelchair. And you have no idea how rude some people... This woman in front of me is an ignorant cow. There's like a road trying to feed in from the right, and most people, common courtesy would say, right, one of you go, then you let someone go, then one of them, then you. 4 cars has just driven past and left the feeder road just all sat queued up. They wouldn't let anyone out, because woe betide they get to their destination 10 seconds later than they otherwise were going to. Honestly. Right, I'm pulling into my mum's car park now. Then I'm going to have to come out and move the car to get my mum into it, because anyone that listens to my videos knows that my neighbour called the police the last time I parked in her parking space. So my car was causing an obstruction. Right, I'm at the other neighbour's door now, so it's time to go. So thank you for listening to me prattle, and it's over and out for today from Lisa Loves. Oh, and Vamp gets a 8 out of 10 from me. Tomorrow's movie is Last Shift, which I've seen before. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow.